This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bird on the wait is almost over, as the Grey Cup is just 2 days away. And I, for one, cannot wait for this game, because if the Bombers lose as double-digit favorites, Jesse will never hear the end of it. Although I do love so many of the Blue Bombers. Like, they're just such good guys. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one for me because I don't want Jesse to have joy. Don't worry, we're gonna hit all the betting angles for this game later in the show. But you know who we gotta hear from right now. They've been joining us all week. And it would not be a DSC Grey Cup preview spectacular without hearing from our guys on the ground in BC. Luca and Pock, sorry I couldn't be with you at awards night after how much fun we had last year. I embarrassed Pock, we drank too much maple syrup. It was such a time.
What's up, Marissa? Yeah, we missed you last night. The maple syrup shots weren't the same without you.
It's okay, at least we didn't get sick after. That was just too many shots. You can have too many shots of maple syrup. Okay, boys, it's time to dive deep into Sunday's game. Do the Argos have any kind of shot with Nick Arbuckle under center?
I think the Argos have a great chance to win with Nick Arbuckle under center, and I think it just speaks volumes to the roster that they have. So much talent on the defense side of the ball, and that starts with guys like Wynton McManus, Royce Mechie. And then if you look at special teams, which can be a huge factor in a one-game decider for a championship, Janorian Grant is going to play a huge role in making sure the Argos make this a game. If they keep it close for a long time, the longer it gets, the more the pressure mounts on the Blue Bombers. I think a lot of people are underestimating the Argos in this one.
I mean, Pock's got the inside. I trust him. The Bombers are now in their 5th straight Grey Cup. They won the first 2, lost the last 2. But do they need to win Sunday to cement their legacy as an all-time CFL team?
I don't think they do. I think making it to 5 is just impressive enough, and the way they've lost the last 2 are literally like coin flip games where they could have won. You had the field goal attempt late against the Argos, and then last year, Tyson Philpott's game-winning touchdown. So I feel like just making it here and being so consistent for 5 years in a row speaks to levels of a dynasty, but I understand the people that are like, you got to win more than you lose. So if you've made it 5 times, you probably should win 3 times. I understand that argument as well.
Before you go, fellas, need a prediction for Sunday's game.
I think I'm going to roll with the underdog.
Wow.
For the 3rd year in a row, give me the Argonauts in a low-scoring battle with a defensive touchdown, maybe a big special teams play, 23-20 for the Toronto Argonauts.
I hate to do this to Toronto, but I think Winnipeg's going to win a close one. I hate this. I hate doing this to one of these teams. We've talked to both all week, and we just love both teams so much. So many great players on both sides. So I'm very neutral on it, but if I have to give a pick, it'll be Winnipeg.
I love that you guys split the difference there. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, Marissa.
And you can watch the 111th Grey Cup Sunday on TSN at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. But don't worry, pregame gets going nice and early at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Time now for M&M'S Huddle. So let's huddle with our home team and look ahead to the game of the year in the NFL. And the game of the year is kind of an understatement, because anytime the Chiefs and Bills play, we get fireworks. And historically, it's not the hammer and nail comparison that you may think. In the Allen Mahomes era, the Chiefs are 4-3 against Buffalo. But the 3 Bills wins all came in the regular season. And 3 of those 4 Bills losses, yeah, they were in the playoffs. From the AFC Championship game to 13 seconds to wide right 2. There are a lot of open wounds for Bills fans when it comes to KC. But for Josh Allen, the Chiefs actually bring out the best in him, as he's got 20 total tutties with 3 picks, while giving you over 300 yards of total offense a game in his career against the Chiefs. Now, aside from the revenge factor with Buffalo, this game also has huge seeding implications. The Chiefs are comfortably ahead in the AFC, with that perfect 9-0 record. But a Bills win Sunday would trim that lead down to a game, and then would have the tiebreaker. Now, one small problem, though, is the remainder of the Chiefs' schedule. Because looking at that thing, it seems like 17-0 is legitimately in play here. Now, what's really shocking, though, and quite frankly, a travesty, is that we've gone all this time talking about this game without mentioning Taylor Swift, who very well could be in the building on Sunday. And honestly, I don't know how she does it, okay? She's performing 3.5 hours every single night leading up to that. And then she just shows up like it's no big deal. I don't get it, girl. What's your vitamin system? You can watch the Chiefs and Bills Sunday on CTV2 at 4:25 Eastern, 1:25 Pacific. I want my producer to be happy, so I want the Bills to win. And I will already have gone to the Taylor Swift concert before she goes there. So if her boyfriend loses, I don't want to feel responsible for like the next week of concerts, I'm sure it'll be fine. She's a professional. Time now for my favorite segment and yours that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And this show loves nothing more than a great ODR. When you pair that with the beauty of the Northern Lights, magic happens. know. Come on, with the lantern on the stick too? Please, dude. This almost seems like AI. It's so beautiful that it doesn't seem real. And we finished with arguably the toughest putt in the history of mini putt.
No way. I'm moving here.
Yeah, that was incredible, dude, but like I couldn't even enjoy it because I was so distracted by those disgusting things you had on your feet. Just wear slides. Why do guys wear these gross sandals? Nobody wants to see that. Oh my God. The thongs, you know, like the thing between the toe. Don't, please. Men should not be wearing those ever. Time now for the CFL preview powered by FanDuel. And you know we're going to talk more CFL before we go because we are so hyped for the rematch of the 109th Grey Cup, a game the Argos won by a single point. And since then, the Argos played Winnipeg well, losing just once in their last 3 matchups. But things are different this time around for a big reason, as Argos quarterback and 2023 most outstanding player Chad Kelly is out after suffering a broken ankle in the Eastern Final. So Toronto will turn to backup Nick Arbuckle, who will be making just his 6th appearance of the season on Sunday. And not surprisingly, the injury has the Bombers as heavy favorites, but there's still a path to victory for the Argos even without Kelly. Arbuckle played in 5 games for Toronto this year, and while he has a losing record, one of the wins came against the Blue Bombers. And while he didn't have a crazy game by any means, he did just enough for the Argos to scrape out a win in overtime. He also showed flashes in Toronto's Week 10 win over Calgary. All this goes to show that Toronto is capable of winning in a variety of ways when Arbuckle is under center. And with the defense playing well of late, an upset is certainly not out of the question. And if you think the Argos can pull off this upset, Arbuckle to win Grey Cup MVP gives you some pretty great odds. The 111th Grey Cup is shaping up to be an incredible game, so be sure to tune into TSN this weekend for all the action. Starting with Grey Cup Saturday tomorrow, which starts at 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and runs all day. And then Sunday, it's game day at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with pregame getting going at 1 Eastern. Grey Cup weekend is always a good time, from the play on the field, of course, but also the halftime show. And this year, it's the Jonas Brothers. Let's go! I like Pac's prediction, actually. I'm gonna go with Pac. I might actually bet with Pac. That's it for me today. We'll see you right back here Monday. Have a great weekend.